feeling, minion? You feeling good? I'm feeling good. So, Moxie said anything about me? Continue to stare awkwardly at me? Yes! You follow orders well. Looking good, minion. Others might find it unnerving when someone just stares at them for a long period of time without speaking. But me, I'm just happy to have you around.
Come on, let's go!
You make me so proud, minion. The way you're carrying on my fight against Handsome Jack, it brings a tear to my eye. A figurative one, of course. The saline content of actual tears would rust my eye quicker than you could say tetanus shot. I love you. What? Who said that? I didn't say anything. You know, this whole last of my kind thing isn't so bad. Gives me a lot of me time, you know? Time to think things over, defrag my hard drive, wonder if there's a robot heaven, and if so, whether my claptrap brethren are in it. You know, stuff like that. It involves lots of crying.
Word of advice out there. Next time you're fighting a bunch of guys, leave the weakest one alive in case you need a second wind. Once this is all over, you can settle down here. Sanctuary could always use a few more gun hands. I never thanked you for coming to Sanctuary. Don't tell Lilith, but I needed the help.
You're doing good out there, by the way. Keep it up. It's always nice to see a Vault Hunter without a bullet in their head. Try and keep it that way, will you? My advice? Don't be afraid to rethink your skills. If you're getting hit too hard or not hitting hard enough, there's no shame in forgetting what you know and starting from scratch. So, Moxie said anything about me? We got a long road ahead of us. Even ignoring Jack, this planet's still a haven for cannibals, freaks, and psychopaths. But hell, it's home. I always feel a little guilty being around the Resistance grunts. My friends and I killed a ton of Crimson Lance back in the day. Now that we know how decent most of them are, I kind of feel like a dick. I mean, only a little though. They were trying to kill us. Take it from me, Killer. Be good to the people who fight beside you. I was pretty bitchy to the others when we first got here, but at the end of the day, your friends are all you got. Well, your friends and your loot, anyway. You've been handling yourself pretty well out here. My compliments. Not everyone can deal with life on Pandora. So, how you liking Sanctuary? Alright, good talk. Oh, have you met Tina yet? If you see Tina, tell her I said hi. Or, no, tell her I said, oh God, put it out, my retinas are melting. She'll know what it means.
Between you and me, there are 3 things you gotta know. You can't trust Marcus, Tannis means well, and no matter how much you tip her, Moxie will not sleep with you. I used to sit on the sidelines of the Resistance. Deliver intel, get paid. No more. It's all or nothing now. If you're looking for power, you can't beat a Jacob sniper rifle. Recoil's a real bitch, though. Pandora ain't gonna be free till we end this, amigo. Jack's gonna pay, amigo. Believe you me, Jack's gonna pay. Shame we couldn't have met before Jack took over. Would've liked having you by my side when we took out Cromerax. Bloodwing was one of a kind, you know? Never knew what species she was. I found her back in the, hell with it. That's a long story. Hey, I wanted to tell you, don't feel bad about Bloodwing. You did everything you could. None of that was your fault. If you're looking for power, you can't beat a Jacob sniper rifle. Recoil's a real bitch, though. Much as I hate to admit it, Hyperion's got the best sniper rifles, if you're into that sort of thing. That said, could be fun to bust Jack's melon with one of his own guns. Hey, has Moxie... You know what? Forget I asked.
You're doing a badass job out there, Slab. Proud to have you on our side. You punched anything lately? It's weird. I remember a time when Roland wouldn't have let me within 100 miles of Sanctuary. Times must be real tough. This planet's gonna be a lot better with Jack gone. You wait and see. Man, I haven't been to Sanctuary since Roland kicked my ass out a few years back. It's looking nice. From where we're standing, you can see the spot where I ripped that snitch in half. Looks like they did a pretty good job cleaning up the blood. Of all my slabs, I gotta say, you're the least insane. Wish I could have formed an army to fight Jack that didn't consist of lunatics and idiots. But hey, you played the cards you dealt. Although most of my cards just happen to have blood on them. Man, you should have been here when General Knox was around. His armory was so full of good stuff, I still have dreams about it. When I'm not having nightmares about the sheriff strangling my dog anyway. No, I gotta come up with a title for you. A rank, maybe. Something to differentiate you from the other slabs. How about Super Badass? Oh, no, wait. Lord of Ass Kickery. I don't know. Something will come to me. Got some advice. If you're real low on health or shields, let somebody kill you. Then second wind off of them. Once you're on your feet, you'll be in better shape than before.
Opportunity is knocking, friend. Will you answer or blast a hole through the door? Stay away from Crazy Earl's black market, friend. Never trust a man who won't accept cold, hard cash. Moxie hasn't mentioned me lately, has she? Probably not.
A lot of people wonder how I lost my med school degree. I ain't gonna tell you. I just wanted you to know people are curious is all. Those kidneys you got on you could do with some improving. I could upgrade them if you got the scratch. But don't forget to come back to me anytime you're in town. No reason not to get full healing before you head back out there. If Marcus sent you, tell him to suck it. Any of his guns I get from a dead patient belong to me. You wouldn't happen to be in the market for a few spare torsos, would you? No? Well, worth a shot. You an organ donor? You should be an organ donor. You're looking kind of woozy. Why don't you sit down? All these entrails are making me want a burger. That weird? It might be weird. Well, thanks for coming around, by the by. You know, most folks don't spend much time around me, 'cause I've seen more contagious diseases than the space twixt Moxie's legs. I'll never forget what my pa told me. Above all else, do no harm. Of course, he was cutting open a live midget at the time, but it's the thought that counts.
Is there something you still require? I'm quite tired and want to lay down with a ceiling chair if you wouldn't mind disappearing. Can I help you? I have things to do, mouth breather. There's too much left to do. If we're going to stop Jack, we're going to need a hell of a lot more than porcine combat fruits. Have you visited the well-endowed woman's public house? The patrons' raucous laughter and physical violence often keep me up at night. Perhaps one day I will visit the bar and take notes from a distance. Well, I have things to do, if you wouldn't mind removing your face from the vicinity of my face, like in a nowish way. So many calculations left to do, so much research left to explore, so many inanimate objects left to best in sexual combat. What to do? Sometimes I put my hand on the shoulder of the nearest passerby, which for the record aggravates my vomit reflex, and I say, "Good job. Lord Garflax of the Tardic system values your sacrifice to mess with them." And then I burn an effigy to Lord Garflax. I appreciate that you would take on these tasks for me. The last person I requested help from attempted to rob me. After a struggle, we mutually agreed that he would leave if I did him the favor of removing his severed ear from my teeth and returning it to him.
I'm still trying to decide on cover art for my almanac. I'm torn between an oil-painted image of myself leaping over a bullymong with a rifle in one hand and a book in the other, or the same image, except the bullymong is also exploding. Decisions, decisions. You need not hesitate, friend. I assure you, you will be fully credited in the dedication page of my almanac once it is published. To your name, it will say, without whom this book would not be as incredibly well-written and popular as it is, and whose refusal of any and all subsequent royalties for their part in the book's production was very much appreciated. It'll be a very long page. I see you're admiring one of my many scars. Yes, I've seen my fair share of danger. The odd skag ambush here, a stalker mauling there, really gives one an appreciation for the creatures of this planet, and a hateful desire to wipe them all out. Are you admiring my hat? If not, you should be. Your continued efforts against Handsome Jack are an inspiration. Had I still the constitution for it, I'd be right alongside you on the battlefield. I'm sorry, should I pay you up front? Not terribly well versed in mercenary relations, I'm afraid. I remember when my father first brought me to Pandora. I was 6 years old and had used colorful language in polite company. Father thought it proper to abandon me here for a month to teach me the error of my ways. It was rough going at first, but after I throttled my 20th skag into submission, I grew to enjoy the place. Now, how are things, anyway? Still fighting the good fight, as it were? Indecision, ho!
I mean, I need your help and stuff, but I'm gonna ask honestly. Can you read? I most certainly cannot, so let's get that out of the way right up front, but you've been staring at me for what seems like a while now. You still need something, man? I mean, it's cool you're just standing there. I only got like 100 cars to fix back up that you more than likely destroyed. But nah, it's cool, what's up? Hey, you seen the new HP4 turbocasters? You put them thing-a-lang-a-langies on an F-33 chassis and wow! You got a one-way ticket to a subject of conversation you clearly have no interest in. I'm very sorry. Are you still reading or something? I gotta go fix cars and stuff. I mean, no rush, but please, rush like right now. Ha-ha! Catch a ride with the why are you still here? I can only catchphrase for so long before it's creepy, man. I ain't married, but I ain't looking if you catch my drift. My drift is please leave now. Hope you've been treating Moxie right. Last feller who wronged her, name of Lucky Zafford, buried his ass alive. Quicker than you could say lung full of dirt, which I put in his lungs. It was sweet! Good to see a fresh face in Sanctuary. Another week I would have set something on fire just for a change of pace. Hell, I still might. How you feeling about that? I like setting stuff on fire. I ain't gonna apologize for that. Have you heard the legend of the car fixer-upper night vigilante? It's fabled he goes out at night and punches the crap out of villainous scum in beds, like 40 or 50 chicks a night. I mean, obviously, logistically, that's a lot of people in a single bed, but you have to imagine a pyramid type scenario. Are you listening? Did you pass out in the standing position? You seem to be just staring at me and you got this eye thing. Like, do you know your eye just shoots in random directions all the time? It's weird, man. Get that checked out with that or something.
You'd be surprised how much money there is to be made in selling scrap. Bandits make the cars. I bust them apart, then sell it all back to them so they can make new cars. They got real angry a few months back once they figured out I was the one scrapping their cars in the first place. But hell, what are they gonna do? They can't kill me, and they still need scrap. Living a dream. Is Scooter doing all right? He found a girlfriend yet, or has he finally admitted what I've been suspecting for years? Ain't no hurry on any of these missions, sweetheart. They'll be waiting for you. You looking at my tattoo? It's a Hodunk clan thing. Kind of like branding cattle, but way creepier somehow. Stare all you like. Hey, if you ever hurt Scooter, I'll kill you and your whole family. Just kidding, I'll only kill your family. Moxie and I ain't exactly been on speaking terms for a while. Don't get me wrong, love her to death, and if it weren't for her, I'd be dead. But she thinks a woman ain't worth a damn if she can't fit into a corset, and you can only take so much of that crap. Nice to see a friendly face around here. You're the first person who hasn't been throwing insults or hatchets at me in quite some time. Moxie ain't sent you, did she? I swear, if she sends another merc out here to convince me to come back to Sanctuary, I'm gonna lose it!
Take your time, sugar. You know, you're not like the others. I can throw out a saucy innuendo and an animal noise at these goons and they're putty in my hands, but you? You're made of firmer stuff. Meow. If you're not in the mood for a mission, you can always try out one of my slot machines.
You've got great aim.
Like what you see? Honey, I've got all day. I'm a bit tired, so just imagine I said something incredibly suggestive, will you?
How you doing, boo? I like to fight. Girl, you fine, and you know it. Ha! Hey, Ball Hunter. Hey, 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 Ball Hunter. So much missions?